I want to talk about Ben Johnson's secret star position in his offense that we need to pay more attention to because we got to figure out who exactly is going to play in this position. Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below. Please make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video, and let's hop into this, people. So I saw this tweet the other day that I thought was super interesting. Wanted to share with you guys. And it was basically a tweet about how Ben Johnson in his system, the slot wide receiver, ends up almost always getting 1,000 yards or finishing top 15 among wide receivers in receptions. So check out this tweet here. This is from Scott Barrett, who's a fantasy analyst. And he basically went through all of the years Ben Johnson's been coaching. Now, he hasn't been the OC this entire time, but just the guys that he's been coaching and how they ended up hitting this benchmark of 1,000 yards or finishing top 15 among wide receivers in reception. So going back to 2012, we had Brian Hartline do it twice, Jarvis Landry do it 4 times, and then the 3 years that it missed, it was Danny Amendola. But then the last 4 years with Amon-Ra St. Brown, we all know he's been a beast. And then Scott Barrett is predicting, hey, is that going to be Luther Burden for the Bears this year? So it got me thinking, I'm like, whoa, this is true, right? And then I went back and I found quotes from Ben Johnson literally saying that his system tends to find the slot receiver more so than any other position on the field when we're talking about passing the football, right? And he literally said this himself, even after he became the coach of the Bears. He said that is the position that kind of, finds itself in my offense as being the most prominent. And he's been saying this for a while. So, I want to know, who is going to be that guy for the Bears? Because, yeah, Luther Burden, he is primarily a slot receiver. And you would think, hey, he could be that guy. But DJ Moore also comes to mind, right? Because DJ Moore, obviously, he can play both. He can play outside, inside as well. He could be a power slot guy for you. He could be our Amon-Ra St. Brown potentially. And then you also think, hey, what if it's Colston Loveland out of the slot as a big tight end, right? That is mismatch city right there, of course. Now, when we're talking about primarily playing the slot, probably not. But crazy to think about, right? So it's basically those 3 guys, but then you could also think about maybe Olamide Zaccheaus, though I do think, hey, early on he'll play a lot, but then I think he will taper off as a wide receiver 4 because I think Luther Bird's just so damn talented that he's going to overtake him. It could even happen early on in the season, obviously, and he could literally be the wide receiver 3. But yeah, I feel like this is that secret star position that whoever plays it primarily is going to explode. Literally. So Rome is not going to be that guy because he's the outside receiver. And I think that's where he's the best at contested catches, being on the outside. So I think it's either going to be DJ Moore or it's either going to be Luther Burden. And I think at times Colston Loveland. But man, if it is Luther Burden, oh boy, he put on a show, obviously, in training camp. He's been really getting his footing lately. And you see the talent just jump off the page. There's a chance, a very good chance, it could be Luther Burden or it could be Amon-Ra St. Brown. But whoever it is, man, this is going to be the main chain mover, if you will, for the Chicago Bears. I think for my money, I'm probably going to say it will be DJ Moore. I think Ben Johnson just sees DJ as this sort of Swiss Army knife, if you will, and he is just going to use DJ all over the field in all types of formations. And so, yeah, there's a very good chance DJ could be the primary slot receiver. Now, there is also the possibility it could be Luther Burden, like I mentioned, where you got DJ and Rome on the outside and Burden, running the slot. But either which way, both of these guys are going to be uber productive. But could you imagine that? Having 3 potential 1,000 yards receiver. Let's just assume that it's Luther Burden. Because then you say, okay, Rome's getting 1,000, DJ's getting 1,000. And hey, Luther Burden, according to the numbers here, could potentially get 1,000 and finish top 15 among wide receivers and receptions. It's crazy to think about. But yeah, so I thought that was super interesting, and I'm really curious to see. So I want to hear from you guys. Who do you think will be the primary slot receiver for the Chicago Bears? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts, guys. As always, thanks for watching.